Howdy, lieutenants and economists.
The most volatile, evil, disgusting things on the planet, humans. If you have a video request, you can always go to assholeconsulting.com.
Yeah, I am gonna charge you, kids. And that is the importance of not fucking up.
You are such an asshole!
Hey everybody, old Captain here. It's time to get with our Asshole Consulting videos and requests. And if you have a request, you need a question answered, go to assholeconsulting.com. We'll do videos, but if you want to be a bit more private and clandestine, we'll do the email as well. Aaron, I listen to your podcast weekly, and I occasionally also enjoy watching a few of your YouTube videos. I appreciate your insight and bluntness, and you remind me a lot of myself in your demeanor. Thank you. The reason I am writing this is due to my current living/financial situation, which by all indicators would be considered phenomenal, yet I'm finding myself increasingly withdrawn. My background, 25-year-old white male. Why does everybody tell me their race? It doesn't matter what your fucking race is, guys. It really doesn't fucking matter. Your gender and sex, yes, because that has has an effect on other people, obviously the women or the opposite sex that you'd be interested in. I don't need to know your race. Your race doesn't have fucking nothing to do with it. Anyway, I'm sorry, being so hard on this guy. U.S. Navy veteran, income $100,000 plus. Net worth $1.5 to $2 million. Debts, none. Ladies, do you want a guy? Here he is. My story, I'm located in a state in the southern part. I currently earn more than enough for my investments to live off indefinitely for the rest of my life and my current cost of living. By all means, I have achieved a considerable amount in a relatively short period of time due to tenacity, but also largely to luck. Thus far, I've been able to maintain a guise of normalcy in my life despite not leading a conventional life like my peers by living in a modest-sized home and driving a standard middle-class vehicle. I am generally conservative in conversation. I never allude to my wealth, and very few outside of my professional network know where my money comes from or that I have even that much of it at all. It has, however, severely complicated my dating life, as anyone I'm become intimate with quickly decides or deduces that I'm sorry, can't read this. Complicated my dating life, as anyone I become intimate with quickly deduces that I'm hiding my true financial status by proxy of my lifestyle, which is abnormal for a young man. In short, I attract women with my personality, but things become rather tumultuous when they realize that I can afford a lot more than I let on. Subsequently, these women seem to shit-test me, to divulge me my resources in the form of gifts, expensive dinners, vacations, etc., and I suspect they would normally not behave this way if I worked a 9-to-5 job or was still serving in the Navy. When this occurs, I'm usually steadfast in ending the relationship quickly. Good man. I've also always been generous with my money. I suspect I've given tens of thousands of dollars out in my lifetime to people who've come to me in need. It has never financially strained me, and I used to feel good about it at the time. Throughout the years, however, I've realized that in the long run, people have not appreciated my help, and in many cases have gone on to attack me later for refusing to give me more. Yeah, fucking humans are the worst fucking pieces of shit ever. Seriously, there's a reason I'm a misanthrope. If there's something to hate in this country and hate in this world, it's goddamn humans. I've had many people lie and steal from me and have even had my property vandalized on multiple occasions. I now feel like giving money to someone is like giving heroin to a drug addict, and my outlook on most people has been grown very pessimistic. Well, no, it's just realistic. I wouldn't say it's pessimistic. For most of 2015, I spent most of my day sitting at home reading, and occasionally I'll go to the gym or go for a run. There are many weeks where I will not leave the confines of my house more than 1 or 2 days for only a 2 to 3 hour period at a time. I've removed my doorbell. I think that's a smart idea. And I often use the video surveillance around my house as a way to screen who I answer the door to when visited. I have mostly distanced myself from consumerism, and I find it difficult to keep a conversation going with people as I don't watch sports nor maintain a cable TV subscription. Prior to this, I was extroverted, traveling to many countries, and I was an avid trail runner and mountain biker. but I no longer have the enthusiasm or drive to get out and do much of anything. I've considered selling my current home and moving to the northern part of the state, hoping that it might jumpstart my drive. However, that would make oversight of my real estate considerably. Oh, I see. Management of his real estate considerably more difficult and require me to replace much more faith in my property managers who, while competent, do not maintain the same level of vested interest in my investments. Any insight is appreciated. Thanks, Aaron, respectfully, and we won't mention your name. I took some notes, and we have like 4 different things going on here, so we'll address each one. All right, 1, dealing with the women that find out you're rich. Somehow they're finding out. I don't know if you got a leak or a mole or somebody who's your friend who says, oh yeah, this guy's fucking loaded. Somehow they're finding out. And I did have a client over in Chicago one time, and he was like, he had kind of a similar problem. He was a doctor and a hospital executive, but it was pretty obvious that he was telling women, he gave a tell. They could see because he had a fucking fancy ass fucking Mercedes. He was a fat pasty white dude, and it was just obvious. You don't seem so obvious. I actually seem like you're paying attention to it. I think you got a leak. I think you got a mole. Somebody knows, because you said you're paying attention to it. You're trying to make sure that you don't let women know that you have this wealth. But yeah, somehow it's getting out there. So I don't know if it's a friend. I don't know who it is, or maybe it's you. You could be like telling them somehow. But you're not buying them gifts anymore. You're not taking them to fancy dinners. And as I recommended to this other guy over in Chicago, lie your ass off. Really come up with a whole complete different personality. Not a different personality like psychologically, but like a different, your career. You need to come up with a new career. You're not a real estate, you're a property manager. You manage properties and and then you get a call and then girls say, why are you home at all the time? Why is it so nice? Well, I'm not home all the time. I'm on call. Come up with a fucking script so that you can lie to these women and let them not know that you're a millionaire. Really, just like, you got to find out and you got to be consistent with it. So that's why I'd say develop not a second personality, but come up with a second lifestyle that is congruent with your current lifestyle. But you already have like an average home. You said you have an average car. They're still figuring it out somehow. So I think you need to come up with a whole new story. You're just a property manager. You go and you run around, and that's congruent. You say, oh, I got to deal with this. I got to deal with that. They don't know you're the owner of the properties, but like, oh, he's just like this fucking run of the regular schlebs kind of guy who does and maintains properties. So there you go. I think that might take care of it. So you have that there. Giving people money. You never give people money. Never, never. When I was poor and trying to get through life and making ends meet, I wondered why my grandfather, who was quite well-to-do, never actually helped me out, because I was like thinking logically, why wouldn't you help it? They want you to learn the lesson yourself so that you don't need them, and it's a much more valuable lesson than getting any kind of help. So you never give people money, never. And with your new lifestyle where you're just, quote, the property manager, yeah, people, never. Absolutely never. I hate humans. I fucking hate humans. I cannot think of a better species that deserves what's coming to it than humans right now. But you do not give humans money. You just don't. So put on your new face. You're this poor property manager type dude who runs around, helps out, maintain the properties for the rich guy that owns it all. That would be you, and you just never give people money ever again. Never. You never do. Never. So we get that. And then your biggest problem, and that is that you cannot find equals in your life. You cannot find other people to hang out with. And I wish I had an answer for you, dude, but I don't. The number one thing you should do is test your IQ. A lot of people get pissed off at me. Well, IQ isn't everything. Yeah, it's not everything, but it at least gives you a number. and puts things in context. And when you find out that your IQ is probably like 130, 140, whatever the fuck it's going to be, you're going to realize just how statistically rare you are. And, well, guess what, motherfucker? Get used to it, because there's not that many people out there like us. And I wish I had an answer. I do. That's the biggest problem I'm facing right now, is I have great friends who have very high IQ. IQ really, in this particular case, has nothing to do with it, but they end up getting pregnant, and they have kids, and they don't have money, and they didn't plan right, and I'm sorry. The fact that you're a 25-year-old millionaire, bootstrap, like you didn't inherit this from your father, you're already a statistical outlier. You're a freak. And there are pros and cons that comes with being a freak. One, being you're a millionaire, and that's good. And that you want that. You don't have to worry about food ever again. That's an awesome thing not to worry about. But you're going to have a hard time finding equals. And if you test yourself on IQ, I'm not going to say it's going to solve your problem. It's going to at least explain it. And sanity is a gift that I can give you. I can't solve your problem, though, socially wise. But you'll find out, like, oh my God, there's this few people. This is why the majority of my friends that I hang out with live over 1,000 miles away. I hang out with my friends who live in different towns and different states more than I do people locally, because my local friends, they all got knocked up and married and all that other shit. And I think, unfortunately, if you're banging out a net worth of $2 million at the age of 25, yeah, you're not normal, dude. And it's going to be really hard for you to find normal people, or people that you deem normal, and have friends. So, what do you do from there? Okay, and I mean, there's literal shit that you have to do. Meetups, join clubs, join workout things, go do whatever it is, play poker at the local, Texas home place. Get in a volleyball league, something, participate. You have to get out. It's a job. It's a fucking job. I'm not joking. On my to-do list, where's my, oh, it's here. I'm not joking, guys. I'm not joking. Show this to you here. I think it is like one of my to-do lists is find new friends. Where is it? TED Talks, GQ. Yeah, find new friends. It's on my to-do list. And my plan is to go to meetup groups, take up martial arts, something. You got to get out there. And here's the sad thing, they ain't going to solve it. They ain't going to answer it. You'll have some friends, you'll go play volleyball, and then everybody goes home, and they're all like parents or whatever else. There is no answer. I wish I could give you friends. And I do, and I'm going to email you, because I know 2 people down in your state that they'd like to meet you. But I'm sorry, you're a freak, and you're going to have to get used to that. And with the benefits comes costs and consequences. And you could try your best. You can go ahead and find, social activities and all that. But I hate to say it, dude, because I've done it before. Kickball league, volleyball, martial arts, everything. And you're doing the martial arts, you're doing the kickball. But when it comes time to, hey, let's go grab a beer, everyone goes home. Or when you talk to them and they're not hitting a ball with their fists, you realize they're not that intelligent. I'm sorry, and maybe you should join Mensa. I don't know. I don't think that would really solve the issue, but it's just sad. It's really sad, and that's a problem a lot of us better than average people have to deal with. So, try Meetup, try Facebook. Go out there, bang it out. But I think maybe your best interest, your best chance would be going online, finding people. At least you get the digital interaction, at least you get the digital conversation and the camaraderie. It's like the same, the internet's everywhere, so you will find smart people. You will find a group of people that are eclectic enough as you. But if you need to meet them in meet space, like actually physically meet them, yeah, you're just going to have to go bang it out, go to a club, go to a meetup group, or go to a volleyball game, and you'll talk to them and realize they're really good at volleyball, and that's about all they're really good at. Not that I've been there. So. I'm sorry. I wish I could have answered it. I wish I could have given you a answer, but I can only explain it. I could explain what you're experiencing. Give you a little bit of sanity. Won't solve the problem, but it will explain what's going on. You're a statistical freak. Terribly sorry. So, anyway, best of luck. I'll follow up with you about the my two friends down in the state you're in. Toodles.